It's damn, it's already February. Well, the thing is, I realized that it is February, but if you saw my previous video, you'll know that I went on a bit of a hiatus, and one of the things that actually happened is I didn't end up posting the video saying that I was going to go on hiatus. And sadly, the same thing happened with my New Year's videos. I made a nice 10-minute long or so video, and I didn't post. I know that I've got quite a lot of goals. I've got 6 New Year's resolutions, whereas most people only have like 1. I like setting goals, and I kind of like the idea of having one that goes for a year and starting it at the start of the year. That's why it's a New Year's resolution. And also that's why I'm going to be doing update. So my first goal is to buy less mood food. I have only used up one of my chances, which I think is pretty impressive because there are a couple of times that I was just like for example, the day before I was going to go on orientation, I was thinking of buying just like a shelf's worth of Lifesavers. Number 2 is also related to stuff that I'm eating, and it's more to do with fast food, and it is I want to cook 24 new things. So when I say 24 new things, I mean I have cooked stuff before, but honestly quite a lot of the stuff I cook is the same thing, and while it is delicious, I kind of can't help but think that if I keep making the same thing, I'm gonna get sick of it. Kind of like how I'm starting to get a bit sick of Subway after eating it for like 3 years. So given that it's 24 new things, 12 months, that's 2 a month, and as such I have actually made 2 things. So I'm going fairly well with that. I'm actually planning on making my 3rd thing tomorrow with my friend on my my midweek day off of TAFE. Yes. Number 3, the other side of health, losing weight stuff, which is exercise, and I want to join a sporting club or a gym. I haven't really made any kind of progress on this one because last month I wasn't letting myself use the internet, so I couldn't really get much information on it. Not to mention that for 2 weeks I was out of state. I'm thinking what I'm going to try and do is join tennis halfway through the year because I haven't played tennis in ages, and that's a sport that I'm pretty good at. If worse comes to worse, I could join a gym because there is a gym at my TAFE. It's a bit expensive though, and I don't think I'd really be able to commit to going to a gym enough to make it worthwhile. Number 4 is get a job. Now, I've been trying to do this for ages, and it's not even necessarily like a year thing. It's just something that I want to do, and I figured why not put it as a New Year's resolution. I've only applied for 1 job in the past month because I haven't had access to the internet. There's one that I'm planning on doing in a couple of days. It's open really late, so I always forget, which is a pizza place. And if worse comes to worse, I'm probably going to end up volunteering at an op shop just so I can get the experience that will probably make it easier for me to get a job. We had the really serious ones of just like, I've got to get fit and I've got to get a job. Now we're getting to the less serious things, but still stuff that I kind of want to do because I kind of feel that in my life I use the internet so much that there are tons of things that I want to try and do and I just don't because I don't really have motivation. And New Year's resolution, perfect motivation. Especially since I'm talking to you guys about it, and I'm gonna just look sad if I don't try it, especially given that I told you about that. Sadly, this one is probably gonna be the one that I fail most miserably at. The main reason I say that is I feel that at the start of the year, this will probably dictate how well I complete everything. The main reason is because January is the only month pretty much until like November, December that I won't have school. February 1 was my orientation and I start on February 4. February TAFE. So I kind of feel like I needed to get ahead, like maybe like for example in this one if I did 50 it'd be good because then like when I get to exams I don't have to do it as much, it's not as important. And my 6th final and probably least important New Year's resolution that I have is actually a little short to watch list, because there have been some what I like to call fandom heavies that I have not watched at all that I want to get into. So I actually watched 2, so I'm going well with this. 3 that I haven't watched are Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and Doctor Who, and they're pretty good. And they're kind of like those, how have you not watched that? I have, however, with Lord of the Rings, I haven't watched Lord of the Rings, but I have read and then watched The Hobbit. I don't think epic fantasy is really my genre, but I mean, 3 hours and I didn't leave the cinema. I'm pretty impressed with that, because I can barely stand 2-hour-long movies. The 2 that I'm definitely checking off my list are Adventure Time and Sherlock. Adventure Time, technically speaking, like I haven't watched the more recent episodes, mainly because I haven't had the internet, but I've watched up to like the 3rd or so episode of season 5, so I'm definitely current. I think it's a very good show. I really like the style of it. I like the comedy kind of aspect, like the fact that it's kind of weird and yet cool at the same time. But I think the fact that I watched them like straight in a row kind of diminished it, because it's not really the show that they marathon, because it just, I don't know, it starts to get old. It's like watching SpongeBob for ages. Awesome show, but if you watch like 10 episodes in a row, you're kind of just like, okay, what's the point of this? And I don't kidnap people, but it's just that kind of, I want to be loved. And also Valentine's Day is coming up. Just, oh, it's so good. I like ice cream so much. And Gunther and Peppermint Butler. I love Gunther and Peppermint Butler. The cute little evil bastard. It was Sherlock, and it is one of the best shows. I mean, like, I watched the first episode like last year, and I was kind of like, oh, maybe I should watch it. Like, I didn't actually have it on the list. Like, I kind of watched like the 2nd episode though, The Blind Banker, and wow, mind blown. It is an amazing show. The best acting for Sherlock I've ever seen. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is okay, but he just plays it to the point of being just like a caricature. Whereas, oh, spot on. He is such a dick, and he is so funny, but he is so perfect. The mysteries, depending on, they're better in the 2nd episodes of the season, but at the same time, the 1st and 3rd are better for storyline. There are just so many good parts. But anyway, that is my update for the moment. As I said, I'm going to try and do monthly ones, so they'll probably be at the start of the month, depending on when it is, and whether or not I've got TAFE. Like, I mean, if it's a weekend, it'll be a lot easier for me to do, but we'll see. Anyway, please like and subscribe and comment, and, I don't know, follow me on Tumblr. Next video that's going to be coming out, and the main reason actually that I've been just like, I have to film this, is the fact that I'm getting back into Young Justice reviews. I've been waiting so long to watch them, but I've held off just for pretty much this week so that I can review them one at a time and not know what's happening in future episodes and stuff like that. But one way or another, I'm so excited to finally get back to my mother fandom, my home, my fandom home. So I guess I will see you then, and you will stay asterisk, and I don't know, keep up with your New Year's resolution thingy. Stay resolution-y.